All right, what's up? So this is what I did for my projects for coding. These are all just personal projects. So the first one is y equals mx plus b. If you know anything about math, that's just a basic linear function. Let's see. Nope. There it is. Where is it? Run. Back away. So it's basically select an operation and it goes from mxb. So let's say your m is 5. Hit enter your x value. X will be 8. And my b value will be, let's say, let's put it 9. And my y value is 49. It's pretty simple. I like that one. That was my first one. Calculator. I got this one off of Instagram, but it didn't run properly. So then I had to go on, what was that, Stack Overflow and ask questions. That's my first time using Stack Overflow. And I tried making 3 numbers, so I can have num1 plus num2 plus num3 equals all of that. But I couldn't get it to work yet, but it does work with 2 numbers. Up here, my bad, this order's kind of out of whack. I have these functions of the plus, minus, division, and multiplication. And you can select which ones you want, which I think was pretty difficult to do, even with the template that I used off of Instagram. But it still works. I still had to make it. Still didn't work with Instagram, but I had to make it work. So you get to select your operation. So let's do 3. That's division. Our first number. Let's do that, and let's do a float, well, which is basically a decimal number. And that's their answer. It's a pretty simple calculator. It's nothing really special, but it it does. I use it from time to time if I'm really like bored and whatnot. Sorry if you hear me just smacking. What else? Oh yeah, the hacking tech solo learn. The this one, uh, I was kind of curious to have time gates, and the solo learn one was just print functions, but I wanted to have a time gate so it can just it looks better with the time gate personally. So it says starts hacking NASA. There's a 3-second gap. In the meantime, I could just talk about why I did it. So with the time gate, it took me a minute to figure it out, but I knew I had to import a function, but the I didn't know what function to import. I figured it out from my Arduino that I can import a time function because you can do that. There's some things that correlate with each other. Even Arduino C, and that's a hack successfully. Oh yeah, and you can put a little emoji in there too. Focus. There you go. Yeah, no, it was pretty. It was pretty interesting trying to figure out what thing I had to import. But yeah, that uses imports and time functions. That actually was pretty fun to use. Mad Libs. If you ever played a Mad Lib, it's basically a game where you find an adjective and it doesn't have to make sense, and that's the whole purpose of it. So an adjective was uh, in what blue. I think blue is descriptive. I'm bad at English. It's my second language, right behind money. Uh, Climates, people, verb ran near. Ran the New Year with a freaking, I don't know, massive elephant. There you go. It doesn't have to make sense, but uh, this one was actually took me a minute because there's just a little intricacies. Because if you take away that, then it's going to be jumbled together. So it has to be a space, quote space. Oh my god, sorry if you hear me swallow and spit. It's wild out here. Uh, let's see. I'm not gonna run it because it takes too much. But yeah, it works. It's pretty fun using it. This one took me about like, yeah, a couple minutes. Well, I shouldn't say minutes. Like 40 minutes to actually get everything perfect to where it needs to be. Uh, the password generator. This one. I saw a template on Instagram, and I used it, but it didn't work. So then I had to redo everything from scratch, literally everything, and I know I had to do some random functions, and it took me a minute to do this one. I actually had to go online to figure out tips to how to think like a coder, and then I was like, okay, I have to import random, but I didn't know what a random had to import. So I had to go online, had to find random.sample, and I figured it out. And this is just a random password generator. This one made me pretty happy to figure it out. Now I don't know how to take away the quotes and the commas, but it works. And if I can change, not if, you can change the value of k. So let's put 69. Nice. Uh, it gives you 69 things for your password, and it works. I typed in 5. And I should come up. Oh, cancel. It should come up 5 things, as it shows right there. So that one took me a couple like. That one took me too much time to figure out. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines of code. About 7 lines of code. But yeah, it works. This one was a school project to find a prime number generator. Not a prime number generator, prime number finder. Uh, this one's pretty simple. I forgot the remainder of D is equal to 0, print not prime, which is something that I like. I prefer if functions and elif functions over loops, and I need to practice my loops. This one is the same thing, just more complicated and more steps because I actually have a time function over here. And yeah, I got the time function off of a YouTube video, but I basically imported my prime number finder to this one, prime number finder version 1 to a prime number finder number 2, which is pretty interesting. The hangman, I don't know if it works. I have to play it inside the terminal. I mean the command prompt, command window. There you go. And I don't know how to do that yet, but it looks like it runs. This one has a lot of elif statements, and I still need to import a more a wordless, but everything else works. And yeah, it works, but I don't know if if I can play it yet. I still need to use it, and that's about it. Has it hit 10 minutes? No. Okay, I want to get some ad revenue for this video. Let's see. I can go in depth with some of my codes. Let's do calculator. Now this one, it was my y(x) equals mx plus b. I was trying to figure out how to input like a user input, and then I was like, okay, I have to put input, but I know numbers aren't just whole numbers. Sometimes they're decimals, and that's what a float is. It's basically a decimal. So I have to put m equals decimal input enter number per m, and that's basically user input can be either a number or a decimal number, and it prints it out. It works, and then the math equation down here is basically m times x plus b, and it works because it's reading it left to right. But if you want to be more exact, you can put parentheses here and here. So you can put m times x plus b. but it reads it left to right in Python at least, and then it says print y, so it prints the answer. Let's see. Prime number finder. This one took me a minute. Man, I'm tired. Oh, I hit 10 minutes. Nice. The time function. It was interesting trying to find that YouTube video because I was so lost in the test function, but it was this was interesting to see because in the YouTube video I forgot the one, but I'm sure if you type in prime number finder, you could probably find the exact same one, if not a little bit different. But yeah, no, this one was interesting because not only did I have to figure out, because in the YouTube video you can put notes. I didn't know that you can put triple quotes to put notes. I thought it was just hashtags, or my bad, pounds. And yeah, no, that it was interesting trying to see how other people do it, because you can, like with mine, you can, this is num equals 18 for D in range to num. It's not, it's so simple, but this one is just so much so more complex, so much more complex, that it's interesting to see how people can figure out something. It's literally like how, like an English answer. You know how those tests in English is like, what's your opinion on this? But in coding, it's like, what's your opinion on this, and do it your own way. But if it comes out right, then you're right. That's literally the same thing. Oh yeah, my excuse generator. My bad. This one I converted from a C++ file and made it into a Python readable file. It only works half the time. This one's kind of bad, but I do like your brother must be catching a cold. Oh, whoa. Caching the old content. I see, only works sometimes. I need to figure out why. Users will hardly notice. That's just a temporary fix. I worked on my machine. It's just excuses that coders use. I find it interesting because I use some of these in my own projects. It's like, it only works half the time. It's not a bug. It's a feature. If you played Battlefield, you know it's true. But yeah, no, that's it. Oh, take care. Have fun. If you're watching this at night, good night. If you're watching this in the morning, good morning. If you're watching it as you're trying to go to bed, good morning, good night. Take care.